Okay, guys, continuing on in Module 00107, Basic Communication Skills in the NCCER Core Curriculum. This is Section 2.00, Reading and Writing. These are some trade terms that you should read over and become familiar with this chapter. The importance of reading and writing skills. It says code books are just one example of documents a worker must read to successfully complete a project or a task. Other examples of many things that you will need to read on the job include safety or instruction guidelines, drawing specifications and manufacturer's instructions, signs and labels, work orders, schedules, and various permits, written communications from others such as emails and even text messages. When reading a book, the following sections provide information and guidance: tables of contents, index, glossary, appendixes, tables, and graphs. Some reading tips: avoid physical and audible distractions, take notes and use highlighters and bookmarks, skim the table of contents to get an overview before you start reading, and imagine yourself performing a task while you're reading the instructions. Reread is necessary for a clear understanding. Some font examples. We just want to make sure that we're using an appropriate font for work type stuff, nothing that we would use while we were texting or things like that. Usually a Times New Roman or something like that is the standard. We don't want to use Comic Sans or any calligraphy or stuff like that, unless it was appropriate. How to write an important piece. You want to pre-write. That includes brainstorming, listing ideas and topics, and creating an outline. Create a rough draft and follow any required research. Incorporate your ideas and topics and do not try to make a perfect document at this stage. Walking away from it for a while will often help. Revise and edit it, proofread, and usually it's best to allow others to do this for you. When writing emails, which of the following emails look more pleasant? This is a better organized and friendlier, and is this one better organized and friendlier and most likely receive a good impression on a potential client? And right here we have an email that was written to a client that's picking out their jobs and their colors and their prices, and it's just kind of run together. Then right here is an email that is broken down into sections and itemized out where a person can easily see what the costs and charges are and where they're coming from. And, in business, this would be a much better email. If we're texting, we got to make sure that this is the best choice for our communication needs. We don't want to use it to share potentially emotional information such as apologies or criticism. We want to be sure that the message is accurate and be aware of potential autocorrection errors. Don't use shorthand or abbreviations such as LOL or IMHO for in my honest opinion. When communicating with superiors or strangers, use language in complete sentences as you would in a proper email. And again, never send or read text messages while you're driving, operating machinery or power tools, or while walking around the job site. And some review questions for this section. It says an instructional book that contains information that a reader needs to know to carry out a task or a series of tasks is called a code book, a work order, a textbook, or an instruction manual. I would say textbook. The blank is located at the front of the book. Index, glossary, appendix, or table of contents. I'm going to say table of contents. All right. What is the first step of the writing process? Writing a rough draft, pre-writing, researching, or proofreading? We're going to say pre-writing. All right. All of these are characteristics of good writing except being clear, concise, complex, or correct. We're going to say complex. All right. Texting and email are the safest forms of communication. True or false? That's going to be false. All right, guys, that's it for that section. I'll see you in class for the next part, which will be the exam review, and we'll go over that in there.